Hello there, this is the Bookkeeping Master on YouTube. Welcome to this video. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video. I've been very busy with other things, but I am pleased to be able to create a video now and also a mini series about starting a business. I'm going to title it Starting a Business 101 or Creating a Profitable Business 101, something like that. So this is going to be one of 3 videos. So there'll be 3 videos in the series, and welcome to the first one. And thank you for taking your time to view this video. Now, to tell you a bit about myself, I have worked with hundreds of businesses over the last decade or so. I am an accountant. I've worked with startup businesses. I've worked with businesses that have been going for years. I've worked with very large manufacturing businesses, and I've also set up and I own a number of businesses. So I'm a business owner myself, and hopefully from this experience that I have, I can provide some advice to you about creating or starting up a profitable business. So I'm going to give some advice in this video, followed by some further advice in the next 2 videos. Now, from all of my experience over the last decade, the number one thing to creating a profitable business is planning and preparation. As mentioned, I'm an accountant and I have completed the accounts for lots of startup businesses. Now, some of these businesses that I have completed accounts for have only been around for 6 months and then they close down. They only trade for 6 months. Some of these new businesses are around for a year if they're lucky, but then some of these businesses are around for years and years and they make lots of money. And it's all down from my experience to planning and preparation. It's exciting starting a business, but don't just jump right in it and don't tackle it head on without any planning and preparation, because from my experience, the businesses that do that, or the people that do that with their businesses, only last about 6 months to 12 months, whereas those that plan properly and are a bit more patient usually last a lot longer. And these are the businesses that usually end up making profits and become very profitable as the years go by. So let's spend some time on planning and preparation. And there are 3 things to this planning and preparation that I want to cover in this video, and it's all down to research. Now, usually in these videos, I would have Excel or Microsoft Word up and be writing my notes on Word or Microsoft Excel, but I actually don't have that software on the computer I'm filming on. So I'm just using this note system. So planning and preparation and research. So there are 3 parts to the research that I suggest you do before starting your business. And the first part of this research has to do with questions. Now, what do I mean by questions? If you're starting a business, you need to ask yourself at least 100 questions of why you think the business is going to succeed, why it's needed, why it's going to be profitable. And let me expand on that a bit, because it requires a lot of research. Let's say that you want to start a gym, that you want to open a gym. Now, there are lots of gyms, and some of them have a lot more subscribers to the gym, if that's the right word. They have a lot more members to the gym than others. Some are a lot more busy on an evening or during the day than others. Some gyms have been around for years and some haven't. So if you're going to start a gym, you need to research and see what the most popular and most profitable gyms are that are around your area. And once you have identified them, you need to ask questions like, why are these gyms making money? Why are people going to these gyms? Is it because of the rates, that they do a good monthly membership? Is it because the deals that they offer, that lots of people go there because of the membership deals? Is it because the equipment, they have a wide range of equipment, or they have specialist equipment for certain things? Is it the marketing, that they target specific groups of people, that it's a gym for weightlifters or it's a gym for people with busy schedules? What is it? Is it the location of the gym? Is the gym successful because it's just in the right location? Now, once you've asked yourself those questions, you need to ask yourself questions to perhaps the opposite extreme. The gyms that are really struggling, that have closed down. Why did they close down? Why don't they have many members? Once again, is it the location? Is it the equipment? Is it too expensive? You need to ask yourself all of these questions, and you need to do the same with any business. Say you want to set up a bookkeeping practice. What bookkeeping practices are there that are really successful, and why are they successful? Is it because they rank number one on Google when you search for a bookkeeper? Have they put a lot of money into their website and SEO? Is it because they go to networking groups? Is it because of their marketing? What is it? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself, because you want to be a successful business owner. You want to have a gym full of members. You want to have a bookkeeping practice that's always bringing in new clients and keeping those clients. And the way to do that is to find businesses that are already successful and just mirror or duplicate what they're doing. So that's the research you need to do. Now, the reason why you need to do the research for the opposite about gyms and bookkeeping practices that fail is you can learn from that. If a business, a gym, say, opened and it closed within a year, and you know it was down to the poor location, it had no parking, it was in the middle of nowhere, then you need to ensure that you don't make that same mistake when starting your business. So that's the first set of research you need to do. You can look online, you can research online, you can look around your area, but just do everything you can to research, because it might seem like an investment of time, but the reality is it's going to save you a lot of money and a lot of time in the future, and could potentially save your business or make your business a profitable business. So don't underestimate the research. Research. Spend as much time as you can about learning about your field before jumping into it. So that's the research part, or the first part of the research. The second thing you need to research is cost. Now, if you're going to start a business, you need to know the costs of the business. I would say at least for the first year. A lot of people list cost and calculate cost for the first 3 years, and I recommend that you do at least a year, 2 years. If you can do 3 years, then do 3 years. The more, the better. But too many people jump into business and they run out of cash too quickly because they haven't forecast their expenses or the cost of the business properly, or they haven't done it at all. They run out of cash, and guess what happens when you run out of cash in business? You go bust. You can't trade anymore. There's a saying in credit control and also in accounting that cash is king. Okay, cash is king. So without having forecast expenses and knowing how much it's really going to cost you, you don't know how much cash you need. And it could be that when you do a bit of research, you realize that the business is not just going to work right now. You need to save a bit more money and start again in a year. It could be that you realize that you're going to have plenty of money, but you need to go through all the costs, lists all the costs of the business, and know how much this is going to cost you. If we go to my websites, this is freebookkeepingaccounting.com. This is my bookkeeping website. If we go over to the blog part of the website, I've actually created a list for you of just general expenses that a lot of businesses incur. So it's right at the top here. Depending on when you're watching this video, you may have to scroll down the page or flip a few pages to find this. But it's list of startup /new business expenses. So let's click on that I've created a list for you, and I'll quickly go through that list now, because it's easy to miss expenses. If you don't list them, then when you start trading, you start incurring expenses that you didn't plan on because you did no planning or very little planning. So it's really important that you do this. So here are the list of expenses. There may be more than this, but this is just a guide to the expenses that most businesses incur when they start up. So we have materials and stock, small tools, equipment, vehicle purchase, vehicle fuel, vehicle servicing, and MOT if you're in the UK, vehicle road tax, vehicle insurance, other transport costs, train costs, bus costs, public transport, whatever it is, public liability insurance, other business insurance, an office desk, office stationery, pens, paper, that sort of thing, a computer. Most businesses will need a computer, computer cables, other computer equipment, a printer, printer ink, postage and packaging supplies, power, phone line, internet access like broadband, water rates, rent if you're going to have your own premises, refurb costs. You can rent a place, but then you actually need to spend some money on doing the place up to make it suitable for your business. Bank charges, bank interest charges if you're going to have an overdraft or loan, bank credit card charges, wages, subcontracting costs, outsourcing charges, website hosting, website design, logo design, email hosting, computer software, account software, computer software, things like Excel. I mentioned I don't have Excel on this computer. You may need Microsoft Office and other computer software, invoicing software perhaps, corporate clothing, fixtures and fittings, signage if you're going to have premises, bookkeeping costs if you want someone to keep your accounts each month, accounting costs if you want someone to calculate your tax for you, tax payments in themselves, national insurance contributions, limited company registration. If you're going to trade as a limited company, you have to actually pay to be a limited company to register your business or your company. Payroll costs, online marketing, other marketing costs and printing costs, card payment machine, if you're going to have a machine to take card payments, corporate clothing, and then perhaps a buffer fund in case that you underestimate any of these expenses. And there may be more than this, but this is just a general list for you to use. So that's the second part of your research, is calculating cost. And then your third part, excuse the squeakiness of my chair, is capital. It's how much capital, how much money can you raise. Now that might be capital that you're eligible to borrow, that you can get a bank loan. How much can I borrow from the bank? How much can I put into the business? How much do I have in savings to put into the business myself? Are there any investors that are interested in my business that can provide capital? Do I have family and friends that I could borrow money from? Do I own any assets that I could give to the business? Do I already have a van or car that the business could use? Do I already have computer equipment or stock that the business can use? You need to look at all avenues of capital, because the more capital you have, the more likely you can cover the cost of the business and continue trading, as cash is king, as already mentioned. Now, what's going to happen in the next video, as we're coming to an end of this one, is that I will show you what to do with your research, to do with the answers to your questions, what you do with all that cost information you've written down, and all that capital information you've written down, because there's a purpose to this, and doing these things, doing this research, will enable you to plan and prepare properly for your business. Thank you for watching. If this has been beneficial, please like, please subscribe, please share this video with your friends, and go to the next video. What I'll do is I'll put a link on the actual video and a link in the description for the next video, which will be video 2 of this mini series, which will be titled something like Starting a Profitable Business 101.